What's up? I'm gonna be telling y'all how to make a pristine level that will get rated by RobTop potentially, or at least a nice little rate-worthy level for y'all. So first off, obviously, you're gonna want to start with the layout, and you could do this two ways. Number one, you could build the layout and then do your deco, or you could do the layout and the deco at the same time, which is kind of what I did for this level that I've got right here that I made. I started out by making the layout and adding like very simple deco to like build off of. Like for example, I did these little 1.0 blocks and then I put 1.9 blocks on them. Of course I changed the colors of them, and then eventually I built off of that and added more shit to it. So if we go over here, you can see I started with that, but then I added stuff like these other 1.0 blocks and then these 1.9 blocks too, and then some more of those. It's always good to start off with a good block design, because then you have stuff to like base the air deco off of, base the background deco. It's just overall helpful. So for the air deco, the go-to options for it are going to be arrows with glow on them, and then random spinning objects that won't kill you. So, and they should probably be small too, so you can fit them in little cracks and crevices. Like these are pretty good options. These won't ever fail you. I'm pretty sure I used a good example here. Yeah, see, taking up nice good amount of space. Also, another good option are these pulsing objects in the same tab. These things are goated for being little air deco stuff. You can see I put those here. I made them larger. See, like that. To make them pop a little bit more, you can also layer a darker object under them so that, you know, they pop. They just look overall better. And another good tip that y'all should probably know is whenever you want to use glow, if you want to use glow, you got to turn blending on. Blending is going to be your best friend because it just makes everything pop. It just makes everything more glowy, more shiny, more cool. And if it's cool, it'll get rated. Also, a tip for block design is if you're having like trouble picking from all the options and you're just throwing random bullshit together and it's looking ass, what I would recommend you do is confine yourself to blocks from a specific update. For example, I usually only build with blocks from 1.9, and then maybe I'll incorporate some other stuff later after that, but I like to stick to a simple 1.9 style of block design, because then everything in here kind of complements one another. There's not something that like sticks out too much because it's all from the same update, so it's a lot easier to get nice and coherent designs that don't look too buns. And another tip for coloring, if you like, you should have at least 2 colors in your level. If you have just one flat color, your level's just gonna look bland and boring. You gotta have nice, good, at least 2 sets of colors. Like I got blue and white here, and then eventually I go into blue and like a teal and turquoise. And if you need help like picking colors, it's honestly not that hard. There's some pretty good tutorials on like color theory and stuff on the internet, on YouTube. You could probably find them somewhere. And the next thing that you're going to want to cover after you do the air deco, which is, again, you could go with arrows, slightly transparent spinning saws, or the pulsing objects randomly. You're going to want to go for the background deco next. Background stuff is very important to your level, because without it, your level is just going to look stupid and empty. You could get nice and creative with it, but if you're not trying to be creative, if you're just trying to pump out a level for creator points, what you're going to want to do is the method of either like just taking slopes and making pyramids or hills with them, like what I did in this swing copter part. You can see what I did here. I just made a bunch of like slope pyramids, slope hills. You can look at them, see they're right there. And I just had them move. you do it like this. Here, I'll show you. You can make one like that. You can make a larger one like that. And then you can make an even larger one. And then, yeah, that's not larger, but you get the idea. And then you can just copy and paste these around in your background. Maybe flip them upside down like that. And then assign a group to it so that you can put a move trigger on it and have it move in the background for that extra just level of stuff that'll make your level look better. Or you could do what I did over here, and instead of the slope method, I used the brick method where I just did layers of bricks in the background. Honestly, all you really need is just like 3 objects of different sizes just in the background moving, and then you're pretty much good to get a rated level. But they have to look good, obviously. They have to like go together with the rest of the level. They have to fit in like puzzle pieces. You can't have the wrong piece to your puzzle. And the 3 components of a level are basically your block deco, your air deco, and then your background deco. And then you're basically good. But here are some just tips that I use to make levels. One thing that RobTop always likes to see is glow for whatever reason. So if your level's looking a little bit bland, you can always call upon God to send you some nice glow beams that you can just kind of slap everywhere. So we got some glow beams here, got some glow beams here. Let's put some glow beams here and then here. So if you're like playing this part, you're gonna see it's all nice and bright, all glowy. RobTop likes that. He loves all the nice glowy stuff. So you gotta make sure your level's nice and glowy for RobTop. And another thing I like to do, just to kind of fill up space, is add ground spikes into every part that isn't confining you to the ground. Like, don't do this for a cube, don't do this for a robot, maybe don't do this for a spider unless you know what you're doing, or a ball, but anything else that you're in the air for, use this method because, use this method because it's really good for taking up space, just like up and down on the floor here. You basically just want to take one of these ground spikes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then copy and paste them throughout the part, and then put them on the ceiling, and then you're good. But you're obviously going to want to spice it up more than that. Put it on to T4, so, put it on to T3 so that it doesn't fuck up anything, and it overlays on top of everything. Or you could have it layer under, but, you know. And then add some, like, chains, add some of these. We'll get creative with it. You can put some of these down here, too. It's always nice to get one of these saws, too. One of these in there. And yeah, this is a really shitty example, but you can kind of see what I did here with these. So that's another thing you can do to spice your level up. Another recommendation that you want to do or should do is use some type of 2.2 feature. Most levels that are like good but don't use any 2.2 features usually only get star rate and like a max feature. Most modern day levels that get really good ratings use some form of a 2.2 feature, whether that be shaders or whether that be the new triggers like zoom, static offset. I would recommend, if you're not that experienced, you should probably just stick to the zoom and the rotates and maybe these stuff in reverse if you want to get all technical, because these are easy to use. You just got to drag this around until it's working. So the shaders now, this tool right here, the shader is pretty important because it lets you pick what layer you want it to be on. I should probably go over layers. For people who are like new to the game, basically B5 puts your block all the way in the back, and T4, which is over here, puts your block all the way in front of everything, and it goes in order. That's basically how this shader works, the shader. I have it currently set to just T4, so that only things on layer T4 get affected by the shader, and that's how I made this effect. Really, you can just play around with shaders until they do something cool, but the best ones I like to use are chromatic glitch, and you could just mess around with these. You could set this to like 5 billion, like that. Oh hell yeah, now we got this. Yeah, does this even look good? That's a little bit too much, but yeah, you could do something like that. I like to use this one sometimes. Oh hell yeah, that looks cool. Why didn't I use this before? It looks like snow. Yeah, I should have used this before. I'm gonna have to update this. Oh, but now my background's bland. See, I didn't really include much background deco here. I tried to do these, but these don't really take up that much space for the background. Don't do what I did here. Try to fill up your level as much as possible while having it look clean. You gotta have it look clean. And to make it look clean, what you should do is just try not to have stuff overlap. See, I tried my best to make things not overlap, but you can see here, this gets overlapped with these, and this gets overlapped with these, which in my opinion makes it look a little bit more messy and unpolished. But let me think of anything else I could say. Honestly, if you're kind of just out of ideas, you have no idea where to go at all with your level, it's always good to take inspiration from other rated levels. So like, don't just straight up copy, obviously, but if we hop into whatever this level is, you can see that there's already some like nice cool ideas that you could apply to your level. But always try to do something unique. But low key, RobTop's not going to remember a random ass rated level that he played and then rated. He's rated like 10,000 of these by now. So honestly, you could probably get away with it. I don't really care. Why are these little orbs popping up everywhere? I'm not hitting these. Oh fuck, I hit that one. It's cool though. So this level has some cool ideas. It's a little bland though. Oh, another like super key important thing you guys gotta keep in mind. You should have at least 3 different block designs in your level that are for like certain parts. For example, you can tell in this chunk of the level, I tried to go for a more simple block design. You can see it is like different than the rest. It's nice and simple. Then in this part, I used a different block design. I incorporated more stuff into it. I got these 1.9 blocks, some 1.0 blocks. But you can tell it's a visibly different block design, which adds variation. This is a different block design, kinda. And then this is a completely different block design too. It's always good to have a different block design in your levels because RobTop's trying to rate stuff with variation. If your level doesn't have a lot of variation, it's just the same old block design for the whole level, it's not going to get rated because it's boring. You're not doing enough. Second thing, you're going to want to figure out how to spam move triggers. I didn't do it that much in this level because it's an easy level. That'd be pretty annoying if everything just moved. But you're going to want to spam move triggers because the more stuff that happens in your level, the better and the higher chance it will get rated. So my favorite eases, because they look the smoothest, are ease in and out and back in and out. You can use the other two, not the other two, there's way more than that. You can use the other ones, but those aren't as smooth, and ease in and out and back in and out are just more smooth. Typically. Something else you gotta keep in mind, pulses. RobTop loves his pulses. If you can make stuff pulse a lot, then your level will definitely get rated. You know, pulses are easy to use. You know, you just fade in, fade out, set it to what channel you want, have it pulse for a little bit, and then, you know, it turns nice and red or whatever color you want it to be. But you should definitely learn how to use move triggers and triggers in general if you don't know how to use them. Like, seriously, if you're trying to make a rated level and you don't know how to use triggers, you might as well just delete your level. Joking, bro. Keep building, keep trying to do what you want to do. But rotate, this one's also pretty useful. It's how I made these things. Where are they? These things rotate. You saw that, right? Look. See, they rotate. Nice and cool. Nice and calm. But yeah, those are just some nice tips that you should probably take into consideration when making your level. You gotta have some amount of creativity in you to be able to make one of these. I know this one's not very creative at all. I've made way more creative levels than this. Like, this one's pretty cool. This one took like no effort. I just slapped a shader on it and called it a day. And you can see it's like, it looks kind of rate worthy. I think it could be because like the cool stretchy effects on top and bottom. It's a nice level. Now, there's an uncomfortable topic that we're going to have to get into before getting your level rated, which is actually getting your level rated. Even if you make an absolutely stunning level, if you don't have connections, there's a very low chance that your level's going to get rated in the first place. See, look at all these sent levels. These are all sent, by the way. Already has creator points. Already has creator points. Already has creator points. Oh, this guy doesn't have any creator points. He's fucking lucky. Not that guy. No, not you. You. This guy's lucky. And it's fucking copied. No, it's not. Is it? And even then, this level probably won't get rated still. Because RobTop just doesn't like to rate shit. But look, already has CP. This shit might be cool. Now, this probably isn't getting rated. This probably won't get rated, I'm gonna be real. Unless this dude's secretly Carmel. But, yeah. Like, almost all these people already have some type of creator points. So, you know, you can kind of already tell you need some form of connections. But the issue with that is you have to be friends with the GD mod. And GD mods are really weird. I don't like any of them, so I wouldn't recommend trying to become friends with one of them. So the second method to getting your shit rated is by sitting in these level request streams and filling out the forum that they have. We'll go to this, guys. This is like a 40-year-old man. What the hell is he doing streaming Geometry Dash? I won't judge though, you know, get that bag. But see, he's playing a nice level. But yeah, you're gonna want to hop into these streams, fill out the form, and then, you know, just exit and then hop on to the next one when someone's streaming. Now, the issue with these is you're going to have to sit through about 100 of them. You're going to have to do about 100 of these forms for one of them to see your level and play it. The reason why you have to sit through about 100 of these is because there are about 200 other people, no, 1,000 other people trying to get their level rated. So as soon as they see this little stream notification, they're going to click on it, immediately fill out the form, and then dip. So you're kind of facing fierce competition, and they're probably only going to cover about like 25 levels out of the 1,000 that they get in their forum. And they be doing this like every couple of days. So I don't know. You just kind of have to be a lazy ass bum and just sit here camping this the whole day if you want your level to get rated. Or, of course, you could try to become friends with, is this guy a mod? Probably with streamer modes on, but you have to be friends with this dude. I don't want to be friends with this dude. This guy's a fucking GD mod. I'm not contacting you. Oh, GD Elder moderator. Yeah, dude, you're going to have to become friends with this dude if you want to get your shit rated. Nitro Platinum since 2024. Going on 2 years of Nitro. Holy shit. And this guy, too. I mean, after that whole scandal with them, you could maybe become friends with EVW. I'd become friends with this dude. I don't want to become friends with this dude. This guy's like a weirdo, bro. He be defending all the freaks in this shit. I know damn well this guy's getting freaky too. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be quitting GD after I do that collab level video with you guys. I'm not gonna be playing this game. I'm not doing this. I want bad bitches on my dick. They be sucking on my balls. They be sucking on my balls. Yeah, get me a bad hoe today, so that I can make So yeah, that's how to make a slightly rate-worthy level and then maybe get your level rated. But of course, that's hard. So I would recommend just doing something else, honestly.